Spinach.
Twitch seems to be taking its time.
Uh-huh. I'm just eating spinach. Our studio is green, and I've got spinach to celebrate. Mm-hmm.
That's very thematic of you.
Thank you.
What'd you put on your spinach, babe?
Balsamic vinegar.
Which one? We have a lot of balsamic vinegars.
The aged one. I don't know.
The funky old one?
No, I don't know. Just one in a bottle.
Oh, we have a tie.
Mmm.
Emily and Melissa.
Look at that. I suppose I should do the show now. All right. Enough eating of my spinach. It's time to do show stuff.
How dare you?
We started early. Just to freak people out a little bit. Can't let anybody get too comfortable.
Don't rest on your laurels, people.
Yeah. We got to make it a bit of a challenge. Always a bit of a challenge. Septic is already here.
Hi, Septic.
He has been spying on Charles and taking photographs from a distance. I don't know if you saw that. He was up in the Another Wasted group. You can see how he was spying on Charles, the man who stole his T-shirt.
Some say that very evening he wore that T-shirt.
Yeah, that is true. So, all right. So, wait, we've got a show thing. I'm eating spinach too. A veggie curry. Oh, that's
I meant to ask you about that. How do you feel about curry?
I guess it's fine. I haven't eaten it a lot. But I don't know that it's bad.
I mean, it's a pretty bold flavor, so I think you might appreciate it.
Maybe.
Maybe instead of buying a curry powder, I'll scam some off of the Raven stalls and make us a curry
I like stealing curry. That's good.
and see if you like it.
We should totally steal curry.
Because it's very good to, it's easy to mix and match things with curry. It's, a little different every time.
Well, there's a lot of different curries, too. That's my concern. I'm sure there's some I don't like and some that are probably fine.
I think you would appreciate a yellow curry.
You think so?
I
All right.
think so.
I'll take your word for it. I think there's green ones and red ones and all kinds of things.
Green ones usually have coconut milk in them.
All right. I like butter chicken. How close is it to that?
I mean, a red curry is not that far off from butter chicken.
Nah, I like that.
I could also make you butter chicken.
That's another option.
With crispy chicken thighs, maybe?
That'd be kind of cool.
I'm going to start cooking again, people.
I'm in, yeah. Septic says he wore my T-shirt. Let's see. Mine is a Thai coconut-based curry.
Ooh, a Thai curry. That's nice.
I don't know. I feel like I'm not a huge fan of coconut. I had it a lot when I was a kid, and so it kind of wore on me because I was raised in Hawaii, and so I don't know. It was okay. I had coconut, and then I had coconut, and then I had coconut. And I was like, all right, I'm good with that. Thank you.
I feel like I would shy away from the coconut ones with you because it's a super subtle flavor, and that's usually not what you're into.
No, probably not.
Red curries are spicy, and you wouldn't be into that. But I think a yellow curry, it's boldly flavored, and
Okay.
it's no coconut.
All right.
Well, it doesn't have to be coconut.
Rightfully so. All right, so look, we've got a bunch of people coming in. Let's go over some of the rules real quick. If you're the first person into the chat and you shout the word first, you get a point. To do that, you'll probably want to follow or subscribe to the show and turn on your notifications because some days, like today, we start a little early just to throw a wrench in it all. But usually it's about 7 o'clock every night. If we are going to get started late, we'll post that up to our social media. And that is A Wasted Hour on Twitter, Another Wasted Hour on Facebook, and Another Wasted Hour on Instagram. So go follow those and like those and do that thing so that we can keep in touch with you if something goes awry or if we're not doing it. You know, there's always a chance at some point. And then we have a secret group called Another Wasted Group over on Facebook. And you can come join that now that you know about it. And we talk a little bit about the show, the culture of the show, and maybe some things we might be changing about it or things like that. So some of our ideas go through there. So do that, definitely. Another way to get a point is up on Facebook, which I'm going to do right now. You can, what, Caitlin? What can you do?
You can share shit.
What? Join that. How do you do that?
You make yourself shut up first.
Yep, done it.
And then you go over to the right-hand side and there's a share button. Or at the bottom, there's a share button.
Yeah.
And when you click the share button, you can choose if you want to share it to your own thingy or to a group.
Like share now public?
Yeah, share now public. Make sure you do it publicly. And then there's a little notification. And if the little notification pops up, that means that we can see it.
Yep.
And that means you get credit for it.
Definitely. You get a point if that is the case. If you want to share it with just an individual, you can try and share it on their profile if they're okay with that. But another way to do that is if you just do the @ on Facebook and tag them and say, hey, come do some trivia with us. We'll give you a point for that as well. So that is another
Septic
way.
would like us to know, among all this curry talk, he's eating fish fingers.
Oh, very good.
Are you eating them with custard?
Emily shared. Thank you, Emily. Yeah, are you eating them with custard? That's the important thing we need to know. Are
That
you?
was such a good episode.
And you can also share to groups. That's another way of doing it. If you're over on Twitch and you host the show, if you go and host the show, then you can get a point as well. We appreciate that as well. That's one way we can grow. So yeah, those are some of the things that you can do to get points. Lastly, the best way and most consistent way to get points is to answer
a damn question.
Yeah, correctly. Specifically, you have to do it correctly.
Point of order. You have to answer correctly.
If you get it correctly, you get 1 point. If you're the first one to get it correctly, you get 2 points. You get a bonus point for that. Danny's also joined us. Trey is here. So this is good.
We have 11 people.
Yeah, we do. Look at this. All we have to do is start a little earlier. That's what the trick is. Emily says, I feel super suburban right now. I'm waiting for my husband and our friends to get back from golfing so we can grill steaks. Oh, how quaint. That is wonderful. Are you all going to wear cardigans?
Maybe we'll end on time, too, and then I can go to bed early.
Yeah, let's do it. Then let's start because we've got 11 people, which means we can get started with question number 1.
I don't think I told you. I have to be up at 6:30 in the morning.
Oh, that's terrible. Question number 1 is, when does Caitlin need to be up in the morning?
Question number 1. What
Nope.
animal has the most taste buds?
Oh, I have a guess for this. 60 seconds on the clock. Get your answers into the chat. Is it Air Bud?
No.
No? Why not? He's full of buds. He is a bud.
There used to be a product on the market called Butter Buds,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like fake butter seasoning that you shake onto your food.
Yeah.
And my friend Bethany Milton and I used Butter Buds, and we liked it so much we wrote them a letter,
Really?
and we got coupons.
That's really lovely. What a wonderful bunch. Did Butterbuds also play basketball?
No, it played baked potatoes.
Air Bud played basketball. I'm just saying.
Air
which
Bud's
is
a
kind-
movie. It's not real life.
I'm saying it's a basketball playing dog, which is kind of
That's
more
not
impressive.
real life.
Yeah, nothing really is anymore. 10 seconds left on the clock. Let's see. My husband is wearing a moisture-wicking polo that my mom got him and a pair of old random cargo shorts, or what we like to call man purse shorts, because he has no golf clothes. He wore the same outfit for the last 4 weekends.
Wow.
Bold.
That's intense.
All right, we're going over to the chat to see what people in,
Bears.
because time is up. Oh, look, we've got Smiles here hanging out with us as well. So let's start from the top. Shaggy is the first one to come in with Anteater, which would be unfortunate because it seems like it would be a waste. Everything tastes like ants.
Nom, 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 nom.
Karen says catfish. Another thing that seems unfortunate because catfishes eat everything. So that's a lot of tastes. Oh.
Dirt.
Septic says Karen-fant.
It's like an elephant.
Yeah. No, I got it. So not a real creature.
Sometimes I just like to announce what his puns are out loud.
Craig has joined us.
Hello, Craig.
Diana says 6:30. I don't know why 6:30.
She said 6:30 because you asked what time does Kaylin need to be awake tomorrow.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Danny said, I've been reading a book, Trumping the Race Card by Rodney S. Patterson, and realized it was 7 p.m. Well, good. All right. Craig went with octopus. First one to get octopus. Diana goes with bears, and Melissa goes with pigs.
If someone had answered man, we could have had man bear pigs.
Man bear pigs. Shark. So those are all the answers that we got. We only got the one, Karen, so I'm not going to go through that. Let's start at the top. Is the correct answer Anteater?
No. Although that was a
Oh.
great guess.
Yeah, really good. Long tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is the
Big
answer
snoot.
catfish?
Yes.
It is.
Trey
Oh,
is correct. They have taste buds on their skin.
That's so sad. There's so many
Fucking creepy.
terrible things. So that means when you go noodle a catfish, it can taste you the whole time. It's all over it if you're holding one.
Craig says, y'all got started early. I didn't realize the first question had even been asked until I saw Septic throwing a Karen.
You just thought people were saying catfish? Like we were just
Just
discussing
announcing it.
like what my dating history was. And so 2 points go to Karen. Trey gets a point. Danny gets a point. Emily gets 2 points because she said the same thing twice. I think that's how that works. I could be right.
No, you can only answer once.
Emily wants to know the duck is catfist a word? Well,
How the duck. So Emily's first answer was catfist, which
Oh.
is spelled incorrectly, so
Yes.
she gets a point because spelling doesn't matter.
That's right. Catfist, which is, yeah, that's not something I want to Google. Not with safe search turned off. All right, let's go on to question number 2.
It depends on where you get it, Septic. It can taste a little muddy if it's not fresh.
Yes.
And depending on where it was, like if it's farm caught or wild caught.
Are we still talking about my dating history?
We are.
Okay. Question number 2.
What is the world's best-selling musical instrument?
All right. 60 seconds on the clock. This one's, I would say, probably pretty easy, right? This one's very easy.
What ridiculous thing are you going to say right
Whistling.
now? Oh.
Yeah.
Whistling is not a musical instrument.
It's totally a musical instrument.
Hey, I remembered to put on my microphone today.
All right. That before anybody had to say anything. That is
Yeah.
good.
You're welcome.
Is it when you take a piece of grass between your thumbs and go,
You don't have to sell that.
well, yeah, but that's why it's so popular. It's because it's very inexpensive. Is it the comb and wax paper thing?
Ooh, that's a good one. No.
No? All right. I'm going kazoo. I think kazoo.
Kazoo.
Everybody plays kazoo. It's so easy. It's inexpensive. You get them just as party favors. So every time there's a party, they sell like 40 of them. Right?
True.
No other musical instrument is sold as party favors, I don't think. Right? Maybe whistles. Whistles also strong answer. I'm going to go with whistles. A lot of whistles out there. I think that's my new
Well, there's
answer.
different kinds of whistles. There's
Yeah.
dog whistles. There's rape whistles.
Yeah. We're just going to go with general whistles.
Oh.
That's what I think is the correct answer. All whistles. All right.
That's a little tacky, Danny, to say you lost respect for someone for having fun.
Craig shared with. Appreciate that, Craig. Somebody was having fun and we lost. What?
Danny has lost respect for Septic for having fun.
Oh, well, that is very sad. All right, so let's start at the top and see. Time is up all over the place. Let's see. Septic, you're going to start answering questions tomorrow. And Septic's going to surprise Danny. Craig says recorder. He's the first one with that. Shaggy goes with the harmonica. He's the first one with that answer. Septic says the carinado. Carinano?
Piano.
Carinano? Yeah, I guess that's how you'd say it. Can't sell lips for whistling. Not legally, you're right. So Robert says hot air. It's hot air. The other side of the coin was kazoo. Joanne Rubin. Hello, Joanna.
Hi, Joanna.
Joanna, thank you for joining us. Have we had Joanna Rubin here before? I feel like that's a new name.
Are you new?
Or yeah, we might have a new person. Yay, new people! Everybody say hi to new people. Definitely, we need
Tim Cranack has joined us.
we
I don't
need more
think Tim
friends.
Cranack's ever joined us.
No, Tim Cranack hasn't, but he hasn't said anything. So people can join, and by the time we say that they join, they could be gone. That's because there's a lag.
That's true.
Right? And so that's the downside.
They
to
could have
that.
already figured out that we're ridiculous and left.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is not a thing I'm going to do.
They're like, this is
terrible.
stupid.
All right, so recorder. That's a good one because it's always in elementary schools, right? Everybody
true.
has to get a recorder. So that seems
That
That-
might not be a global thing.
that might not be a global thing. That's true. But Well, yeah, look, we got a new person. All right, everybody say hi to Joanna. She's brand new. Don't scare her.
Whatever you do,
Do not scare her away.
act normal.
Everyone act like they're normal people just for a little while till she gets used to us.
Pretend you're not emotionally scarred and damaged.
Don't
Go.
All right, everybody stop crying for just a moment. Smile says a guitar, which is a very popular instrument. Lots of guitars out there as well. And those are all the unique answers that we had. So we'll start from the top here and see what people came up with. Craig had already done a recorder, as I said that was the first one down there, and it wasn't. But Craig says recorder. Is that correct?
No.
No. Oh, I thought that was a really good answer. Shaggy went with harmonica. Is that correct?
Yes.
It is. Really?
A global delight.
I do not know a lot of harmonicists.
Harmonicas.
Harmonicanians.
I don't know about my brother a harmonica once for
Yeah.
Christmas as a joke. He was tickled. She brought him a kazoo as well.
Oh, all right. See, look, right there, 1-1 kazoo. I feel like
Like a
should have
proper
won.
kazoo, though.
Yeah. Not one of those BS kazoos.
She bought him a fancy kazoo, which I didn't know was a thing.
No, it's hard to find the gold-plated
It
kazoos
is
out
also
there.
called a mouth harp.
Shaggy gets 2 points for getting that one first. Trey, Danny, Karen, Emily, Melissa, and those all get points.
My first two questions were not as hard as I thought they were.
Well, yeah. I mean, you don't know much about music, maybe. Let's see. Everybody's saying hi to our new folks. This is so great.
Trey has a horrifying point.
Robert has gets a point for sharing with La Paris Mallory.
I already got that.
Yeah, you got it. All right, excellent. Feels like America could skew the recorder stats because every freaking child gets one. Yeah, right? It could be. Also called a mouth harp or just harp. Let's see. It seems like those are owned by schools and reused, not each kid having to buy one. Oh, that's really unfortunate to think about. Yeah.
It's gross.
I had my own.
I bought my own.
Yeah, I definitely had my own.
I didn't
mean,
share my recorder spit with anyone.
that might be considered privileged, but I did have my own recorder. And
La Paris, that's right.
yeah.
Wow.
Did I say it? La Paris. Sweet. Being French pays off once.
That
This is-
one time.
That one time that I nailed it because I'm French. Usually I say it weird, and then people are like, why are you saying it like that? And I'm like, oh, because don't worry about it. All right. Welcome, La Paris. You're brand new to the game. We're so happy to have you here. Everybody say hello to La Paris Mallory, who is joining us for the first time. Christina snuck in. I didn't see Christina sneak
Hi,
in.
Christina.
Hello. So everybody say that. Say hello to our new folks. This is great. We're going to move on to question number 3.
Question number 3. Now they're going to get harder, I think. What was the family name of the French brothers who conducted the first untethered hot air ballooning flights?
All right, we have 60 seconds on the clock. For those people who are brand new, super easy. You just answer in the chat as to what you think the answer is. Your first guess is going to be the one we go with. You have now about 50 seconds in which to do that. We do have some other interesting rules. You can get a point for sharing on Facebook if you do it publicly. Or if you @ somebody, you get a point for that as well, which Robert got for La Paris because it called, did the @ thing, the tagging. You can also do a thing called a Karen. This is something we've invented. It's part of our culture here. You throw a Karen by shouting Karen into the chat, and what you're saying is you believe that no one is going to get it correct. If no one gets it correct, you get a point, even if you didn't know what the answer was. But if anyone gets it correct, you lose a point. So it's a bit of a gamble, but it can pay off later in the week because we start with our easy questions on Monday, and it gets harder. Sunday should be the hardest one. Although so far it's been surprisingly easy for people to get some points. So this has been a unique.
The tides have turned with this question.
Yeah, you feel like now it's like, oh
Just
God, oh no. I like that Danny went with right because they're like, they made airplanes, so why wouldn't
Has something to do with air. Is
Yeah.
brothers.
brothers who did air stuff? They're
People
both
are just saying French sounding things, except for Craig, who says the Johnsons.
the good old Johnsons, the French brothers, Janson. Um, all right, so time's up over on Facebook. We are all caught up. Let's go from the top down. Let's see. Did we get any Karens? We just have Septic throwing Karens, which is his thing. And we'll see if anybody is able to get it. First one in with an answer is Shaggy with the Center Brothers, which would be myself and my brothers, which we not big ballooning family. I'll be honest, not big hot air ballooning in
You're
our
not?
family. No, never
You're
done
full
it.
of hot air.
That is true. That is true. Never been in a hot air balloon. Have
You're
you been?
pretty untethered.
Yeah, that is true. Never high though. So
That's true.
Have you ever been in a hot air balloon?
No, I'd like to.
Has anyone listening been in a hot air balloon? It seems like it's prevalent enough that somebody has to have been in it. But yeah, there we go. So not us, unfortunately. Let's see who else has got
Trey
it.
has been in a hot air balloon. Septic has been in a hot air balloon.
Ah, very cool. Let's see other answers. Montgolfier, Wright, Charlemagne, the Johnsons, Francois, Grimm's,
Grimm's Brothers.
Pepe Le Pew.
Oh.
And those are all the answers. So what is the correct answer?
Montgolfier.
Montgolfier. Ah, all right. So Trey got it. A little bit of weird logic, weird trivia to know, but off the top of his head gets Montgolfier, the brothers who basically invented hot air ballooning, right? So, all right. There you go. So 2
Just
points.
untethered hot air ballooning.
Fair enough. Untethered hot air ballooning. Trey gets 2 points. Nobody else was able to get that one right. That was a tough one. So we'll move on to question number 4.
Who was born at Daisy Hill Puppy Farm?
I'm going to go ahead and get 60 seconds on the clock and say a puppy.
I hate you.
I believe it was several puppies. No? Definitely weren't cats. There's no way there were cats there.
You don't know.
I'm just saying there's not a chance. It's probably a puppy. I feel like the farm is misnamed if it's not a puppy.
Santa's little helper. Emily is afraid of heights, but not afraid of flying. Hot air balloons aren't entirely enclosed. So that's a no.
That's a no. Gotcha. Okay.
I believe that might be a hell no.
Not a chance. How dare you? All right. So let's see. We've got, Robert has got a guess. Did you see? Robert has a guess that he'd like to put in.
A pig.
Yes, he believes it is a pig that was born at the puppy farm.
Spider pig. Spider pig.
All right, time is up. We're going to go to the chat and wait for Facebook to catch up. Let's see what we have as we go down here. First answer in looks like it was Shaggy with Snoopy. Trey says Lassie. Craig says Santa's Little Helper, which is the dog from the Simpsons. We have a couple more Snoopies. And Clifford. Then Charles Schultz. All right. I think that's all right. And those are all of them. Everybody is caught up. So those are all the answers. And what is the correct answer?
Snoopy.
Oh, it is Snoopy. Okay. So 2 points goes to Shaggy. It looks like Danny, Karen, and Melissa all also get points. I watched a lot of Peanuts cartoons and read the strip a lot as a kid, says Shaggy. Well, all right. That is, it was very popular, right? That's a very popular comic strip. There's a cartoon where they talked about it because that's where Charlie Brown and Snoopy met. Joanne nailed it in a way because it was, Joanna says Charles Schultz, who made Peanuts, right? I believe
Yeah,
that's,
but that's not.
but we were looking
gonna
for
do
the
it.
character that was born there, and it was Snoopy. So Charles Schultz is the one that made Snoopy be born there. And it looks like La Prairie also had the Charles concept there.
Yeah.
But did not have Snoopy. So close. All right, so let's move on to question number 5.
Question number 5. Who was the first member of the British royal family to graduate from a university?
Who is the first member of the British royal family to graduate from uni? That's what they call it over there.
Yes.
60 seconds on the clock. For those of you that are new to the show, we're usually here at 7 o'clock every night. As long as we have at least double-digit people hanging out with us, so 10 or more people, we will keep doing this. When it drops below that, we'll go do something else. But we've been doing it for the whole lockdown, so that people had something to look forward to.
91 days today.
91 days as of today. So 3 months of trivia that people have been participating in. Although the points that you get during each of these rounds here, each of the questions are make-believe internet points that aren't really worth anything. At the end of the week, so as of tonight, somebody is going to tally up all their points and win the week. Whoever wins the week, who has not done it before, gets this t-shirt. Da-da-da! We'll send it to you. It's free t-shirt. So we'll ship that to whoever the winner for the week is. So I guess it's not completely, I guess the points are completely worthless, but mainly we're having fun, and then some people get t-shirts, and you can only win one t-shirt. So when somebody says, let's see, I saw somebody say that we needed to give a t-shirt to Septic, right? La Prairie says, give Septic a t-shirt, please. And so we did. We gave him a t-shirt, but the problem is that some bastard named Charles stole it from him, and then went around to various like protests and stuff. He's infamous over there in the UK. All right, so those are all the time we have. Time's up. So let's take a look at the answers. Craig says, am I the only person who never enjoyed Snoopy stuff? I just don't get the appeal. Maybe. Yeah, that might be. Probably not the only person in the world, but yeah. Don't really dig the movies, but my dad loves Snoop so much that we had to love it. So let's see. Here are our answers. Shaggy is first in with Queen Elizabeth. Karen says Prince Charles. First one with that answer. Septic goes with it, Karen, which is ironic because this feels like the one he really could have gotten correct.
I was kind of taunting him with this one, to be honest.
Trey says it was Prince Harry. Craig goes His Highness. It's one of them. One of the highnesses.
One of them there.
Yeah.
So one of the male ones.
Yeah, which is probably a safe bet. Elizabeth II says Smiles. And Danny says Virginia. I guess I'm not sure why Virginia. That's not right. Has the Virgin lockdown ended yet?
Oh, Virginia.
Well, yeah. No, we keep all the virgins still in lockdown here in Virginia. I think it's over soon, right? I feel like
we're in phase 2 now.
Yeah, we're like slowly coming out of it. But everything's starting to rise again, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
All right, damn it, Craig. I meant Virginia. I've consecrated virgins on my mind for an essay I wrote about consecrated virgins. Well, don't we all have consecrated virgins on our mind, really? So what was the correct answer?
Prince Charles.
Prince Charles is the correct answer, meaning Karen gets the 2 points for being first. Danny, Melissa, La Prairie, and I think that's everyone who got Charles. We're doing Charles as well. Prince Charles, right? We're good with that. Fine. All right. So there we go. 35 fewer deaths in Virginia from COVID than there were yesterday.
Yeah, so yesterday they do a cumulative death count.
Oh, okay.
And apparently there were 35 deaths fewer today than there were yesterday. So we have 35 zombies in Virginia now.
Oh, I see. It's gone backwards. No, that's good. Well, people are coming back to life. That's awesome. See, look at this. Everything's good. We're fine now. Even the people who died are coming back. What are we worried about, really? All right. Let's move. Let's go over the scores now. Again, keep in mind that we are amateurs here who are just in a basement doing trivia. So we appreciate you following along at home and kind of keeping track of what your score might be. So we're going to go over the scores. If for some reason our score differs than yours, let us know and we'll try to rectify that because we definitely want to try and be honest with all of it. So what are we running right now?
We have Septic with -5 points. Congratulations, Septic.
Yes, well done.
Robert and LaParise with 1 point. Emily has 3 points. Trey, Shaggy, Melissa, and Danny have 4 points. And Karen has 6 points.
For those who are new to the show, Septic is trying to go for a record of the worst tally of points ever. That's what his goal is right now. So that's why you're seeing
And
him
he's winning.
throwing Karens even when he's quite certain people are going to get it correct. So yeah, and if you again, if you think that your points are different than what they should be, what we said here, just let us know and we'll try to correct that.
Also, for the new people, Charles and Septic are the same person, but we don't like to talk about it when Septic can hear.
Yeah, that's true. Just don't let him hear about it. Septic says basement. Whoa, don't see many of those over here. Yep, this is our basement. It does have windows. If we were to, there's some soundproofing back behind me there, and if we were to take that down, there's a couple small windows. But the fact of the matter is that we're mostly below grade. In fact, I think it's this little lip here, right there. That's above grade, and then that is the concrete below grade.
Yeah.
So
it's wood paneling on top of the foundation.
Concrete. All right. So Septic says that's slander. It's not true. Take it back.
I do what I want.
Didn't Septic already get -10? 10 can't get lower than that. No. He's going for the week record, I believe. He's going for the season record. We should probably make some type of world record thing for trivia.
Oh.
Right? That seems like a fair thing to do. All right. Let's see. Although isn't slander written? Yeah, I think you're looking perhaps for
libel.
Libel is what you're thinking of, or it's the other. I don't know which is true.
I think it's slander's written.
One is written and one is spoken.
People can sue newspapers for slander.
Well, there you go. Then probably libel is spoken. So 6. Question number 6.
Question number 6. Orienteering began in what country?
All right, 60 seconds on the clock. Bonus question: do you know what orienteering is?
Someone could be kept in one part of our basement and their screams couldn't be heard.
Yeah. Particular people could be.
I mean, deceased people wouldn't be heard very well.
That's true. We put tape over their mouths. That would help.
Oh, we were backwards. Libel's in writing. Slander is yakety yak.
There you go. All right.
Slander is word thoughts.
Yeah, well, there you have it. All right. So there we go. So it was wrong the way we had it, but all right. So where's the country that orienteering started? Keith has skeletons in his closet. I don't believe so. Oh, you're meaning like in a rhetorical kind of way, like as a metaphor? Yes, definitely. Lots of those. Not running for public office. Let's go to the chat.
We have a variety.
Yeah, a good variety of things. I believe Trey would know. Yeah, because he has a merit badge. I think we talked about this once when we were doing Frisbee golf, because they used to have an orienteering like layout near one of the holes, and then I think they took it down. And so and I think we ended up talking about that. All right, so those are all.
Bye, Emily.
Emily's leaving. Bye. Go have fun picking out scented candles. Is that because they're getting back from golf and wearing cardigans and grilling steaks? And they'll have scented candles, right?
I want a steak.
All right. So from the top down, Shaggy was the first to say China. Trey was the first to say the UK. Karen's the first to say Sweden. Septic's the first to say Carendon. Let's see. Robert's the first to say ludicrous. Was the first one to do orienteering. I don't know if that's true. And Germany. Melissa has Germany first. And those are all the unique answers. Did anyone get it correct?
Yes.
What is the correct answer?
Sweden.
Sweden.
Borka.
That's Karen's people. So 2 points goes to Karen. Danny also gets that correct, following a Swede. And that's it. I think those are all the folks that got points this round.
I work with a man in Sweden. He is lovely.
Yeah, we were trying to do the orienteering when we were mapping out the border of the free range tree farm.
Yeah.
We didn't do a great job of it. I think we did okay. We found a bunch of markers,
You found
which
your shit.
would have been a lot harder to do without all of that. But it took us a while. And some of them are completely lost. So we'll have to try them. Yeah, well. All right. So fun fact, place in London. What? Fun fact, place in London.
Although spelt it differently.
I don't even know what that means. All right. You also spelled differently, which is interesting.
Oh, Carendon, maybe?
Carendon. Okay. Probably would have helped to know what orienteering was. Although after I Google, I still would have gotten it wrong. Yeah, it's all it is basically being able to, from a spot, get to another spot, right? Using
That's what orienteering is.
yeah, and you use that by having what is it? It's bearings and then like lengths. So if I'm going of a bearing of south by southeast at this particular degree, right?
And then you need a number of footy woodies.
Right, and then how many steps I go out or how many yards or whatever that is. So, yeah.
Trey says it's using a map and compass. That's very technical.
Mm-hmm. It's getting from point A to point B consistently. All right, so there you have it. Question number 7.
Question number 7. According to the Bible, how tall is Goliath?
Yes. How tall
I'm not
is
giving
he?
you a type of unit because you need to give me the type that's in the Bible. So suck on that.
Although if you were to use a different type that exactly matched what was in the Bible, that would be fine, right?
I don't know. We'll see.
You think so? You don't think so?
I don't think there is an exact match.
I would have one. I feel like I could definitely do it.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to do it now, right? Because that's giving it away. But we have 25 cubits.
What even is a cubit?
That's a good question. It's like bits, but square.
A
In
cubit.
3 dimensions. 6.2 of Karen's feet. That doesn't seem tall. I feel like that would be my height. I feel like I'm 6.2 of Karen's feet.
We don't know how big Karen's feet are.
That's true. 40 feet, says Robert. Trey goes with 6 cubits. 40 cubits, says Joanna. 4 cubits and 1 span, says Danny. 6 cubits. It's the block that Cubert jumped on. That's where I had heard it before. That's definitely it. Isn't Goliath just a tall man? I'm going to say 7'2", says Craig. All right, time's up, so we're going to go over to the chat and let Facebook catch up. An ancient measure of length, approximately equal to the length of a forearm. It was typically about 18 inches or 44 centimeters. Smiles has nailed it. I think Smiles has the right answer. Did you see that?
Really, really tall.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. With a
right.
name like that, he's probably really, really tall. Melissa says length of a forearm. Joanna, my stream just crashed. Oh no, that's so unfortunate. If you refresh, which isn't going to get to you because your stream has crashed, but refresh, and hopefully you will see the stream again. And then let's see. A cubit in the Bible is 457 millimeters. 18 inches. A span is equal to half a cubit, or about 9 inches. Whose forearm? Everyone's a bit different. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I believe it's like the king's forearm, wasn't it? I feel like that's where it ended up. Something like that. All right, so we've gotten all the answers in. Should we go down from the from the top, I guess?
Yeah.
25 cubits.
No.
No. 6.2 of Karen's feet.
No.
40 feet.
Nope.
6 cubits.
Nope.
40 cubits.
Nope.
4 cubits and 1 span.
Nope.
6 cubits.
Nope.
7.2.
No.
I think those are all of them. That's all the answers I'm seeing. My feet would be 4.9 feet. 4.9.
That's shorter than you.
Yeah, that's definitely shorter than me. So it'd be like 4'11", right?
Yeah.
Right? Or are you saying it'd be 4 feet 9 inches? Because those are two different things. All right. Yeah, definitely taller than that. I'm nailing it. Hey, everybody. Great news. I am taller than 6.2 of Karen's feet.
Hey.
Mark that down. I'm putting it. If I ever have another dating profile, I'm putting that in there.
Okay.
They're going to be, what's your height? And I'll be like, taller than 6.2 of Karen's feet.
It's a weird thing to aspire to.
He was tall. 7'2", though. Not regular version. All right. So what is the correct answer?
6 cubits and 1 span.
6 cubits, 1 span. Melissa, so close. Was so close. Got the 6 cubits. Danny was close with 4 cubits and 1 span, but the wrong number of cubits. I think that works out. Isn't that basically 9 feet though?
Yeah.
So 9 feet, I think we could have taken if somebody had said 9 feet, or like 3 yards. I would have accepted.
Yeah.
But so that's why I was saying. I think there were ways to go about it, but there.
Craig says it's 9'9".
9'9". 9 and 9. 9 and 9, 9, 9 and 9. Is that
So 6 cubits is about 9 feet,
okay?
but it's 6.5 cubits.
Fair enough. I'm a little disappointed Danny didn't get this.
Me too.
After studying the Bible, you threw this one at her, and I feel like she should have had this. 9, says Trey. All right, so we are on to question number 8.
Question number 8. What was the first product to have a barcode? We're looking for a brand and a product.
A brand and a product. This is actually pretty easy.
An example would be
The Ford barcode.
McDonald's cheeseburger.
Oh. Yeah, I believe whoever made the first barcode sold barcodes. No, actually, it's actually historically true. I don't know if you're aware of this.
Here we go.
But the first product to have barcodes were bars. Mm-hmm. It's true. Yep, that's they all had different codes.
Read what Danny wrote.
What did Danny write?
Thanks.
Odd tidbit here. The number 9 used 49 times in Scripture. The number 9 symbolizes divine completeness or conveys the meaning of finality. Very interesting. Mr. 5x5. He's 5 foot tall and he's 5 foot wide. He don't measure no more from his head to his toe than he does from side to side. So that's Shaggy, which is, I believe, also from the Bible. That's also in the Bible, if I'm not mistaken.
Hit the button.
All right, time's up. We're going to the chat. Let's go down some of these. We've got our first one to get looks like a real answer. A real answer would be Wrigley's Gum. Karen with Wrigley's Gum. Started with Wrigley's Gun, which is just a very violent version. Don't chew on that. Shaggy said condoms, also something you shouldn't chew on. And Craig went with zebras. That's a really good answer. They might
Style
be.
point.
Yeah. I don't know if they're considered products. That's the only downside. Karen Cross World Jeep. That's the first one. Jenny goes with Coke. Robert says Coke. Melissa says Coke. No, I'm just kidding. That's not true. She went with GM Cheerios. General Motors Cheerios. No, it's General Mills. I'm just kidding. The numbers that show up with regularity in the Bible usually have some symbolic meaning in numerology. It's interesting that in this case, Goliath would have been 9-9, which is supposed to be like divine, but then he got his ass beat by David. That seems like a strange thing. But anyhow, I think it was actually juicy fruit to be specific, says Karen. Not genetically modified Cheerios. No, it is not. Time is up over here, by the way. So what is the correct answer?
Wrigley's gum.
Wrigley's gum is the correct answer. You think it was juicy fruit. I would think that their like spearmint or whatever gum would have been first. Like that seems like it was the first one to come across. But anyhow, I love how Keith has to specify when the real answers begin after each question. Yeah, well, you've done this to us. It's your fault. You're the folks that have made this happen. I feel like we may have scared some folks away too. I'm not seeing. Is it? Uh-huh. Well done, Karen. Our new folks seem to have gotten very quiet. So this is what you've done, people. We said to act normal, and you weren't able to. All right, so we're going to move on to question number 9. What is question number 9?
The penultimate.
And it's the penultimate question. Sorry, normal. We have to act normal. I just realized that that's probably not in that wheelhouse. Let's try that again. What is question number 9?
It's the penultimate question.
That is a word. What is the question?
The dot over the I is called what?
What is the dot over the I called? Interesting. All right.
It's got a name.
We had the name.
This is your philtrum.
Yeah, philtrum. We got the name of the line over a number that repeats. Do you remember that one?
Vinculum.
Mm-hmm. We did that a while. Joanna left after having issues with the stream. Oh, just had to refresh. We could get her to refresh, and that would work so well. This is interesting. We have more people.
Jenny says dot.
Dot. Just dot.
What's the dot over the I called?
Dot. Yeah. It's actually, a lot of people don't know this. The full name is Dorothy.
That's what I call Nia's mom. I call her Dot.
We've got some other answers coming in. 15 seconds left on the clock. Where did La Paris go? Probably to Paris. It's romantic.
Probably away from your bullshit.
Right? Why would you stay? Oh, my goodness. All right. So time is up. We're going to go to the chat. Septic says that it's Karen's small hole of madness, which may toe the line of what's appropriate for a family show. Let's go to some of these answers and see what people had to guess here. Trey says, I wouldn't think Juicy Fruit was old enough.
Well, it is.
But if you turn 999 upside down, then it's really divine, says Robert. All right. If you just turn the middle 9 upside down, then it gets really fun. Tittle, says Karen. Karen says it's a tittle. Shaggy says it's a pip. Both of those are pretty good answers. Those both feel like something you could name a dot. Jenny went with dot. Robert said zit. It's a zit. You pop it, and then it becomes I assume an uppercase I. So Trey also went with tittle, as did Melissa. Smiles went with my answer of Dorothy. Can you play tiddlywinks with them?
Tiddlywinks is with D's.
D's nuts. What? Is that not how you play them? What? Is that wrong? My grandmother's name was Dorothy, but went by Dottie. She lived until 102 years old. Well, she was doing something right. Oh, I wasn't trying to be inappropriate. My apologies. Yeah, sure you weren't. It's like you haven't been watching the show. Stop talking about Karen's small little hole of madness. That's just rude. You have to at least take her to dinner first.
Stop it.
What? What is the correct answer
Tittle.
for question number 9?
It's tittle. I was waiting for someone to write titty.
Tittle's correct. Karen gets 2 points. Trey also gets a point, and Melissa gets a point. We have moved on to the final question, not only of the night, but of the entire season. Remember, tomorrow we'll be back at 7 o'clock, and we'll be announcing during the halftime of tomorrow's show who the winner of this season's t-shirt will be. So you may want to come around tomorrow and check that out.
I'll know the answer before any of you.
Oh, we stopped? We're not. Oh, okay. Let's go on to question number 10.
What was the Frisbee originally called? All the questions are short today because you get so cranky when they're long.
I had to fit them into a little box on the screen. It's very difficult. I can hear you. You have a microphone. You're still doing it. Right now I can hear you doing it. It's in my ears. And that's not how my voice sounds. It's not like that at all. No, that's even higher pitched. My voice is not higher pitched. That's ridiculous. Stop doing that. I'm not making it sound like that. I hate you.
Do not.
I kind of do a little bit. 30
you don't.
30 seconds left on the clock. All right. Oh, Robert has actually a really good guess. Pie holder. Because the original ones were actually pie, tins, right?
Yes.
And so that's very interesting. All right, 5 seconds left. Get your answers in. The show is muted. What? Why is the show muted? Chat. I don't know what he was saying that to. Jenny, disc. And then the show is muted.
Oh, he's working right now, so the show is on mute.
Got you. Robert says, what about 1 style point for the whole week? I thought Zit was funny. Yeah, you haven't given any style points out this week.
Sorry.
I'm
under an inordinate amount of stress.
Yeah, well, some weeks they're not going to be style points. That's fine. You know what, Caitlin? I give you a style point for not giving out style points.
Yeah.
Let's see what we've got as our answers. According to my great-grandmother, Nettie, that would be 201 years old. Oh my goodness. I feel like maybe there was some dyslexia there running in your family. The dot over the I is an isolated point on the timeline, which contains Tuesday, July, as well as the point where nothing never occurs. That is true, because time is a wibbly wobbly, timey wimey kind of thing. We already know it's me,
Fish
of course.
fingers and custard.
Mm-hmm. What about 1 style point for the whole
You already
week?
read that.
Yep, got that.
Jenny is shocked that Robert didn't say titty.
That's true. That is definitely in his wheelhouse. So the actual answers go like this. Pie tin was the first. Shaggy was the first to say that. Flying disc, Craig came in with. Robert was the first with pie holder. Christina was the first with disc. Septic says Karen's throwable kite. Danny says whammo. Melissa says flying disco. I like that, a disco. Disc, says Jenny. Discus, says Trey with a question mark. Karen throws a Karen. I'd like to take this opportunity to mention the Hudsucker proxy. The invention of the Frisbee was a circle drawn on a piece of paper, for kids. There you go. I think it was a planet name, but I do not know which one, says Karen. So we've got a Karen throwing that isn't septic. So the question always is, did anyone get it correct?
Nope.
No one. Septic gets a point. Karen gets a point to wrap up the season. What was the correct answer?
The Pluto platter.
The Pluto platter. So Karen was on the right path. It was a planet name. You just didn't know which one it was. And that is how the game is played. No style points or Craig coins, says Septic.
F you guys.
The Good Place, says Craig Lewis. Oh, it was The Good Place. You're right. I apologize. No, when she hit 91, she started reversing digits. So she claimed to be 19 and 29. And then she hit 102 and it fell apart.
Oh.
Oh, that's very, very sad. Danny, as soon as the question was asked, I started Googling the quote. Took longer than expected, which is why I didn't get it in on time. All right, so that is the game. Let's go and take a look at the shares that are available, because that's going to get some folks more points. Did anyone host the show over there on Twitch?
I promise not to give you a point.
Unless you want it. We have 8 shares on Facebook. Jenny gets a point.
Jenny, point.
Craig gets a point.
Craig, point.
Robert gets a point.
Robert, point.
Shaggy gets a point.
Shaggy, point.
Karen gets a point.
Karen, point.
And Emily gets a point.
Emily, point.
Thank you, everybody, for sharing the show. And Robert, you also got points.
Shaggy hosted.
Shaggy hosted. Excellent. A point there as well. Septic dropped a host, but would really not like to have a point.
No problem.
Thank you, everybody.
We will just give you our undying appreciation.
Yeah. We do appreciate everybody who's helped hosting the show and sharing the show. It helps spread the word, and it also shows us how much this means to you as well, which is very, very cool of everyone. So thank you for doing that. I think we have a winner for the night then, right?
Yes.
Do you want to go
Would
over?
you like to know all the other people?
Sure. Let me get my spinach so I can just follow along. Go ahead.
Septic has -6 points. Sorry about that, Septic. LaParise has 1, Jenny has 1, and Craig has 1. Robert has 2, Emily has 4, Melissa has 5. At 6, we have Trey, Shaggy, and Danny. And with 14 freaking points, we have Karen.
Again! Karen is just killing it at the end of the week. She did it on Saturday. She did it today. Well done, Karen. You are our winner for the night. Give us your acceptance speech and what color you'd like the show to be. Starting season 12 on Monday.
Well, Septic, you got 2 Karens tonight.
No, I didn't randomly. I had it at the beginning of the show. If you had gotten here, you would have seen my spinach. It is canned spinach, which I actually prefer in this, for especially this particular thing. Take some canned spinach. You drain it. Then you throw a bunch of balsamic vinegar on top of it. Really tasty. And because it's canned, it's got some saltiness to it already. And then the balsamic's kind of sweet and tangy and stuff. It's really good. I like it a lot.
The 2 Karens that you got a point for were How Tall is Goliath and what's the Frisbee originally called?
Definitely. But don't forget, Septic, if you'd like to give a failure acceptance speech, you're welcome to as well. While we're waiting on those, don't forget, I do have a podcast called Another Wasted Hour. It is available on all podcast outlets. You can go to anotherwastedhour.com and you'll go to our Facebook. You can go to listen.
It didn't sound like you knew your own URL. Anotherwastedhour.com?
Yeah. Listen.anotherwastedhour.com goes to our list of all of our shows, and you can listen to that there if you'd like. You can also go to Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. Anywhere that you'd get a podcast, search for Another Wasted Hour, and you will find our podcast. And then you just subscribe to it, give us a review and some stars. We would appreciate that. If you don't want to listen to it, then if you could just go and give us a really good review and some stars, that'd be awesome. You don't even have to subscribe. We don't care. We don't care at all. This show starts at 7 o'clock, usually almost every single day. Sometimes a little early, sometimes a little late. If you want to know when we're going live, you'll want to subscribe or follow to this show. You'll see a button that says subscribe or follow somewhere around us, somewhere around here. And there's going to be a little bell or notification thing. Make sure you set yourself up for notifications so you know when we're going live. If we're going to be terribly late, we will post that up on our Facebook and on our social media. So follow us, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and on Twitter at A Wasted Hour, and then Instagram at Another Wasted Hour. And then on Facebook, we've also got a secret group called Another Wasted Group.
Not a secret.
You're welcome to come join that as well.
Terrible secret group.
It's a terrible secret group. Anyhow, so that is it. That's the end of the thing. So let's see. What did people have to say? Karen has an acceptance speech.
Woohoo! Thank you for finding questions within my random stupid knowledge range this week.
That's to you.
Welcome.
Yeah, there you go. What color do you want it, Karen?
Periwinkle.
Oh,
I can do that.
All right. Way easier to do than Bullwinkle. I'll be honest. That's a harder color to pull off.
Good night, all, and thanks for the show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that's the acceptance.
That's the acceptance loser speech. All right, that's fair. I'm apparently talking Danny
So
into
polite
the
and British.
spinach thing. It's a good snack, right? Because it's vegetables and some vinegar. So not too bad in terms of calories and like empty things and stuff like that. So yeah, get yourself a nice balsamic vinegar. And then ironically pair that with really shitty canned spinach. And it's a really great combination. All right, so that is the end of the show, everybody. The end. We will be back again. Oh, we're ending early. Look at us. We are
The
so
end.
fancy. We'll be back again for season 12 on Monday. We're going to do something a little different, everybody, and this is why you may want to join us for Monday. Our shootouts that we were doing on Saturday, we noticed that the questions are a little bit harder, so not everybody's getting to take advantage of that shootout. So we're going to move it to Monday, right? We're going to do it to Monday, and Caitlin came up with a fantastic name.
Matchup Monday.
Matchup Mondays. So just like we were doing the shootouts Saturdays, it's a little less violent, which is, I think, a good thing in general. We're going to do a Matchup Monday, so each of you will get matched up at least once, all right, through the show, and have a chance to start your week with 5 points by answering quicker than the person you're matched up with. So look to that for Monday. That's going to be a change we make. We'll still have to figure out what we're doing for Saturdays and Sundays. Haven't figured out what to do. Especially Saturday. Sunday is like the end of the season finale. That's
We
kind
should
of
have an award show on Sundays.
Oh, an awards
Like
show.
funniest answer.
Okay.
World records.
Yeah, we could do that. So if you have ideas for what we could do on Saturday or Sunday to spice up the game, let us know. Head to Another Wasted group on Facebook and give us your ideas. We'll all chat about it and hopefully have something that is kind of fun and cool. So that's it. Till 7 o'clock tomorrow. Everybody, stay safe, stay healthy. If you're going outside and do things that don't hurt other people, make sure that you are keeping masks on when you're near other people. You're not touching your face. You're washing your hands. Staying 6 feet from each other, just to keep yourself healthy and safe. Because we want to see you back here. And we don't want you getting sick and dying. That would be terrible. Also,
worst.
Yeah, and a shout out again to all the folks that have kept the world running and were invaluable during the quarantine. That is lifting now, but we still recognize that even if you didn't have a choice, you did go to work and you did make a huge sacrifice for the rest of us. And we recognize that and thank you for it. So that is it. Anything you'd like to tell before we go? Nope. All right. That's it, everyone. Have a great night. See you at 7 o'clock tomorrow.